Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to the post-fight show with Stormybman Prograis versus Zorilla, and Tszyu versus Ocampo for what was Saturday, June 17th. The Prograis fight was broadcast on Dazn. The Tszyu fight was broadcast on Showtime. And the cards have just wrapped up. Tszyu was double parked, and he had to get out of that arena because the clock was ticking. And so he made sure to wrap things up quite quickly with the first round stoppage of Carlos Ocampo. So we are here to talk about the cards this evening, and happy Father's Day, since we are past the midnight hour. To fathers out there, we hope that love and appreciation for you being who you are will be welcomed and experienced. This fight card, I listened to the brother Tay Jones as he was going to call it. It really didn't get a chance to call much because it was over before you know it. But though it looked like a spectacular performance by Tszyu, I've seen more than one circus in my lifetime, and I've seen a rodeo or two. And I think that Mr. Ocampo got caught up in a whirlwind tornado of a display where he didn't realize that he was the meat on the skewer. One of the major reasons why fighters don't like to travel. There's just something about that. As you all know, Floyd did not travel, and he was the best in the business. When you see guys get hit a certain kind of way and their response, I've seen this before. I told you guys, I've been around. I've been around. But I'll pose this question before I go into giving the roll call, because you guys are filing in now. I see that, and I appreciate anyone who decided to stop by this evening, whether you be family, friend, or foe. When a fighter can perform like what you saw Tszyu perform tonight, when he can perform like that on foreign soil, then the heap of praise should be bestowed. You see, the last time he fought over here, he had some trouble with Mr. Gaucher, did he not? He looked nothing like that, did he? Huh? And if you looked at his body, he looked kind of like his body was, his muscles were popping, weren't they? The only thing I'm saying is keep your eyes open, people. Keep your ears open, your mind opened. Do not be so quick to dive in. Hold something on reserve. You may find yourself surprised. Mike Tyson looked spectacular when he was in there against guys who were scared to death. Huh? But for all of those who fought back, it was a different story. And for those who hit back, no fear, it was even a more different story. Yeah. One thing I'll say about Tim's dad, he was doing that over here to people till it got done to him. See, the wheel does turn. Let me go out here and see who's in the building. Chi-Town's famous. My brother is out there saying blessings and love, Stormy. Happy Father's Day. Right back at you, brother. Sylvestrial's back saying, Stormy, what's up? Lambros is out there saying salute. Chilltown Majors in the building. Sylvestrial says, I was watching the fight but left the screen for a minute and missed the knockout. Tszyu made his statement. Hope Charlo will fight him soon. Let me, for those of you who missed the knockout or even the knockdown in the Regis fight in the first round, just a word of wisdom to any of you out there. This is not taking a stab or a shot at nobody, but in a boxing match, always be ready to watch the full first round. Be ready. Go to the bathroom, get your refreshments, whatever. Be in your seat ready when the bell rings to watch what happens. Because that's the moment that the tone gets set. Oftentimes, nothing really happens but a fill-out process, but every once in a while, a guy could get caught cold. Now, ironically, that I'm making that statement, again, shout out to my brother, Tay Jones, I said in his chat, when I looked at those guys coming to the center of the ring for the fight instructions from the referee, I wrote in his chat, I said, these guys do not come to the ring warmed up. They just don't. No sweat on their body. Not a drop. And when you haven't warmed up, you can go down early on. Just like Ocampo did. Yeah. Salute to Money, my new 5 out there in that Cash App. Says, for love what you do. Appreciate that Cash App donation. Thank you. Listen, man. We'll get there. William is out there. What's good with you, William? Lambro says, I paused and replayed the beginning 3 times. Ocampo had a dazed look. Yeah, Lambros. Keep watching it. And I guarantee the more that you watch it, the more you're going to feel unsettled. Huh? I also wrote in Tay's chat, I'm suspicious. In an earlier comment I had written, does anyone feel anything about compromised gloves, hand wraps? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. '88 Sports Talk is in the building saying, Stormy B Man, salute fam. Right back at you, brother. How you doing? Learn is out there saying, salute Stormy. Tim Tszyu is a bad man. He may be bad, but not in the way that you're talking about. Andrew Gray is out there. King Corleone back with us. Healer, the teacher, in the building. Chilltown Majors out there saying, That knockout was violent by Tszyu to Ocampo. That stoppage was necessary. Yeah. Maybe an arrest would be necessary as well, if you really knew what you should know. Yeah. William says, Stormy, I was disappointed in Regis' lack of cutting off the ring. Yeah. Watcher is out there, says, all I'll say that Tim Camp cannot be trusted. See, Watcher is right over there, but I'm right there with Watcher, even though he's over there. Yeah. You see? Lambros is back saying, suspect. Main biker in the building. He says, what's good? Regis struggled. His footwork was trash. Drew Titan says, I went to go pee and the damn fight was over. Told you, man. Get the pee out of the way, huh? Before then. Before the first bell. Huh? Yeah. Main biker with the syringe emoji. TS Boxing, what's good with you, bro? He's out there. What's happening? Ratchet since 91 says, juice? None for me, thank you. But maybe some for Tim. Huh? Yeah. Thank you, William, for wishing me a happy Father's Day. And right back at you and all the other dads that are in the chat. Healer, I know you got a new one. Well, not so new now, right? Because yours should be about a year old now. Maybe a little older. A few months. King Corleone says, go in that ring cold and you'll the way you'll leave it. Yeah, listen, man. I talk about this. You see, y'all probably think Stormy just be saying stuff like, man, you know, he always got to be critical of something or this or that. I'm like, dude. No sweat means a sweatless victory, huh? Especially when you are on that skewer, huh? Yeah. Ocampo, did you see the look on his face sitting in the training room, in the back, in the dressing room? Huh? He had that look like, where are all my friends? Shout out to Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. See, some of y'all might be a little young for that, but that's okay. That's okay. Look them up. Jeff Spark, what's good with you? Peace to you as well. Emmanuel Joseph Bain says Ocampo is a punching bag. He kept getting blinded by a probing jab before each right hand. Maybe he was compromised. Emmanuel Joseph Bain. Stormy be trying to tell you guys things, but you see, this is why I say everybody ain't gonna make it. This is why I say all the time, everybody ain't gonna make it, huh? How many of y'all gotta be at work at a certain time, but you arrive late? And some of you on a regular basis arrive late. Huh? And when you do that, you don't even get penalized. They don't even write you up, suspend you, or let you go. And you think it's okay. The first order of business is to be present for said business. Ready to go. It can't be conducted if nobody's present. And you get off on the wrong foot because of tardiness, it makes for a bad experience, oftentimes. Watcher says, yeah, I support an arrest. You see? You see? There's a reason that I say what I say, how I say it. I'll say things a certain kind of way because I don't like to say allegedly. Huh? As I said, I've seen a rodeo or two and been to a few circuses, huh? But most people get confused who the clowns are at the circus, huh? You might think the performers are clowns. The performers might think that you are. How about that? Yeah. Yeah. Money Manu 5 back in that Cash App saying Tim is practicing his cheating before the Charlo fight. Only thing is, he may not be able to bring certain aspects of his prep to America. The thing is to build him up to where he looks formidable, because regardless of the outcome when he gets in there with Mel Charlo, it's going to be quite diminished in the thereafter. Those type of victories don't happen to fighters like Mel Charlo. Mel Charlo is the one who gets those type of victories. I told you, when someone is doing that on foreign soil, you'll see the difference. You'll see it. You will see it. Now, the fight opened with Tszyu attacking Ocampo immediately, right off the bat, throwing hard punches. It's not even his typical way of fighting people. Not even his typical way. Did you notice in Tszyu's dressing room, there was a cooler, had a Coca-Cola label at the bottom of it. And there was nothing in the cooler outside of what appeared to be some bottles of possibly water on the center shelf. Haven't we recently heard conversations about water being contaminated? Oh, but they wouldn't do that over there, right? Nah. but it still happens, right? Now, what does contaminated water do to a fighter? Listen. When you're compromised, everything slows down. Your reaction, your reflexes, your thought process. It can appear that you're going 5 miles an hour and they're going 50. Oop, didn't that seem like the fight in a nutshell? Yeah. Talk to him, watcher. I say these things, but you don't hear me though. And that's okay. It ain't for everybody. It isn't. So Ocampo got caught. Pants down, curtains up. And he basically showed us his ass. With a little help from Tszyu. Y'all ready for the real deal? I don't think you are. The only thing I can tell you is go back and watch the fight a few more times. With interest. Now that little fight that took place before the main event. Sam Goodman against Regis Aleem. These guys were featherweights. A good little scrape between these two men, contrasting styles. Aleem was a rhythmic boxer, seemingly lacking a little bit of power. Goodman reminded me a lot of a fighter that I hadn't seen in a long time. That was Greg Haugen. That's who he reminded me of. For those of you who do not know who Greg Haugen is, you can go back and check he and Hector Camacho, he and Julio Cesar Chavez. He's from that era. Goodman was compromised earlier by the speed and rhythmic movement, perpetual motion, as my brother Curtis Anderson used to say, aka Kurt Sugar. Shout out to Kurt, RIP to Kurt. But timing beats speed. And once he began to move a certain kind of way that's forward behind a jab to close the distance between he and Aleem, the fight took a change. It took a turn for a change. But what was missing from Aleem's performance was an adjustment to that adjustment. His punches became less and less effective because he wasn't getting the same type of leverage and space and distance on him. And he seemed to be going backward a lot instead of side to side, circling and turning, which he was doing early on. Basically, I think that he was having mental pressure, psychological pressure on what was transpiring. His coach was talking a good game in the corner, but I don't think he was recognizing that Aleem needed to switch something up because they thought that he was doing well. He needed to change some things up. And I'll tell you guys, being flashy, having hand speed, you know, that's nice. But if you're not putting punch placement in order, you're going to have problems. Body work. Working down and up and down. Sliding out. Tie a guy up, walking backwards, turning. It's a 12-round fight. You can't win all the rounds in a couple of rounds, especially if you don't have the punching power. You cannot think that it's only gonna go that way. That's why you have to have a toolbox with a full game plan. See, you can start out one way and make an adjustment, or if someone does something that you have to adjust to, you do that. But be prepared to make a second adjustment, even if the second adjustment is to go back to what you were originally doing. But you have to have multi-layers. It's important. Yeah. So, Goodman ended up winning. But the scorecards were interesting. One of the cards read 117 to 111. that was not fair, not genuine. I had him on my scorecard winning 7-5. Basically, I had given him a round in the first quarter, and then after round 5, I had him basically pulling away because I saw that adjustment that he had made, and we could see that Aleem hadn't adjusted. But there were swing rounds. The fight could have even been closer than what I had it. But that was my genuine score. Sometimes you just have to be honest with yourself in boxing. Even when the judges aren't. Now let's go on to that Regis Prograis fight. Interesting. I did a video on this fight. I talked about fighters fighting in their hometown and how things can go a little funny. Some people feel like Regis had a poor performance. Yeah. It's easy to have a poor performance when you're at home. You got to get tickets for everybody. You're talking to everyone. Getting that good home cooking. And sometimes you just kind of like don't put your all in what you're doing. Did you see, for those of you that didn't go to the bathroom, Drew Titan and a few others, did you see Regis get dropped in the first round? That shaped the night right there. How do you run out there? You're the world champion. You're a southpaw. This guy has a big right hand. And you walk right into his straight right hand, his best punch in the first round. Really? Where they do that at? What's worse, the ref didn't even call it a knockdown. But the way that Regis was holding the man by his waist, and the camera angle from the back, it looked rather adult-like. Now, he later in the post-fight said that he wasn't hurt. Well, he should have been. The way he was holding, where he was holding, and why he even got hit like that. But it also explains why some of you frown upon his performance the rest of the way, because guess what? He didn't run in there like that anymore, did he? Now, I'm not here to say that Danielito Zorrilla performed well because he stunk the joint up. And the fight was a snore fest. Though Regis was able to get a third round knockdown, Zorrilla really didn't give his best. He seemed to move around a lot, throw few punches. So I don't understand one of the judges' scorecards being so close that it was like a draw or something. I mean, what are you looking at? But they find guys like this to give them title shots. Non-performers. Get them out of there. Get them out of there. They don't belong. Give me 1 second, family. I got to take care of something. Sorry about that. I left something on upstairs and I had to go turn it off. But I'm back. Anyway. The Regis fight was a lackluster performance for no other reason than he being at home, performing at home. That was the thing. And I talked about that in that video, that would make things a little bit interesting fighting at home, because you can always expect the unexpected. It's something to be said. Man. William says there seems to be a thing with some of today's fighters where they haven't learned how to cut off the ring from a mobile fighter. Yeah, man. But when Stormy talks about lack of footwork and mention Kurt talking about a fighter without footwork is like a blind man without a cane. You know, you guys are very dismissive of what I'm saying. Go back and watch some old fights from the 50s, the 40s, the 30s, and look at how they moved in the ring. Look at the leverage that they get on their punches, the power, the shots. Look at the condition of the fighters, how thin and reedy their builds are. Some men had more musculature because they were naturally, you know, that was who they were, born that way. You look at a fighter like Regis, you see how he's 34 years old now. But in a different era, he'd have probably been like a super featherweight or lightweight. Yeah. All you gotta do is look at the heavyweights of today. All these big men over 250 pounds and everything. These guys are fat. They're out of shape. Oh, he's just big boned. Okay. That's what you say about them ladies too, right? Oh, she's just big boned. But she sweats Crisco, huh? Yeah. The welterweight fight that took place before Regis's match. Chakram. I'll call him Shock G. How about that? Because I don't want to murder his last name. Taking on Harold Calderon. Calderon, just like Zorilla, performed horribly tonight. Horribly. He threw punches like he was being taxed by the punch. I didn't give him a round. And they should never give him another shot on TV. Maybe he can start one of those channels for people who have trouble sleeping. He can post his fights on a channel and say, this is for insomniacs, huh? Yeah. But William was right. These guys have trouble cutting the ring off. We saw it in Regis's fight. We saw it in that Calderon fight. Funny, Goodman didn't have any problems cutting the ring off on Aleem. Interesting. So it can be done, right? D-Man Jr., what's good with you? I'm talking about, he says, they got big meat on them bones, fam. Yeah, man, but you know, it's not always good. It's not always good. I'm trying to get some of this meat off my bones now. Huh? I ain't trying to impress nobody. I'm just thinking about my health now, you know? So, getting back to the Regis card, there was a super bantamweight fight. The ladies. Ramla Ali, the one I did a video on, I called her the beautiful boxer, Somalian girl, took on Alejandro Guzman. I think she had an IBF Intercontinental title. She just won that title earlier in the year. And she found herself in a life and death match with this Guzman from Mexico. The thing that I noticed right away from the first round, Guzman hit Ramla with a right hand. And this was when they were both fresh, early in the first round. And that right hand turned Ramla sideways. I was like, oh, that woman's strong. I wonder how much she weighs. Because, you know, Ramla's not a really solidly built woman. She's thin. So whatever they weighed in at for their bantamweight titles fight, the rehydration of Guzman sent her up at least a weight class, if not a weight class or two. And as the fight went on and she began to land more punches against Ali, I could see they were affecting Ali. And Ali was trying to keep that poker face that she was good, but she wasn't. She was being hurt. And I think Manny Robles was her trainer. We couldn't hear the instructions because they kept showing these doggone TV commercials. But I would have loved what he was telling her, because I would love to hear what he was telling her, because she needed to make some adjustments that I didn't see happening. And she got dropped in the 5th round. The shot she got hit with, it buckled her. Then a follow-up shot put her down on the can. I'm like, uh-oh. She was in trouble. but she boxed her behind off. She tried. See, in the amateurs, you don't get to blow up in weight like that and take advantage. So she ran into some issues tonight. Hopefully she's okay. She got stopped in the 8th round. It was a brutal KO. I mean, this left hook that Guzman threw while Ramla was in the midst of throwing a combination, because that's what she was doing. She was throwing her punches in volume. She punched with her and nailed her right on the chin. Not sideways, head on, right on, down the middle on the chin. Boom. And those are the shots that, oh my goodness, when they land like that, it turns your lights out. And Ramla's lights were turned out, people. It was a brutal knockout. It was tough to watch because I like Ramla Ali. I really like her as a fighter. And hopefully she can come back. I didn't see that other comment by William. He says there's big boned and then there's just plain fat. Yeah, but William, what's that song by that guy? Blurred lines. They you know you want it. You know, they blur the lines now. Because if you tell somebody they fat, then you're fat shaming them. Huh? When you're fat, you're freaking fat, man. Period. I don't think that Ramla should fight that woman in a rematch. She's too strong. If she does, there has to be a rehydration clause for her. See, this is what we talk about these fighters, man. When they look for every angle and advantage. If y'all don't think that Tszyu has some angles and advantages going on, you should just forever stop watching boxing. Yeah. The first fight of the night on that Dazn card was Jeremy Hill taking on Mark Davis. A Mutt and Jeff matchup where Hill was taller, had more range and reach, and scored a textbook Tommy Hearns-like knockout, man. I was like, whoa! Davis came out early in the fight trying to roughhouse and jump on top of Hill, but Hill was able to settle in, pump that jab, get those angles going, throwing those straight shots, and landed a hell of a right hand on Mr. Davis. Turned his lights out. 4th round KO. It was great. A great performance. Highlight reel like knockout. That's what you want to see. Salute to Steph Brown out there in that super chat. He says, hit that like, tell a friend, share with some kin. We appreciate you there, Steph. Appreciate your donation, man. So with Regis' performance tonight, Ramla's performance tonight, Tszyu's performance tonight, you got a chance to see some exciting things, but not always for the exciting guy or gal. Boxing is a tough business, man. It's tough. I'm going to take a moment out to show my boy Focus Ball what's going on.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
Yeah. You guys need to get you some of this merchandise, man. Get you something. That's just like I'm wearing one of my Stormybman tees right now. You see that? This gray. Man, that's awesome, man. Got the boxing glove hanging from the tee. Hey, get you some of that, man. That's the good stuff, man. Get you something. You know, Stormy don't have no bull crap. He has a good stuff going on here. Good stuff. Yeah, that's right, Steph Brown. That F Plus shirt is very nice. Yep. All of the merch is very good, man. The hats, the coffee mugs, you know. Yeah. If you purchase while you're on air here, you'll see the thing come up on the screen. It'll say so-and-so purchased a shirt or whatever the item is. Gives you your own personal little shout out. Same as when you do a super chat. So that's what's up. Just a little friendly reminder that there won't be a call-in tomorrow morning or this morning. Taking Father's Day off, huh? Because y'all ain't gonna do nothing but just be out there ear hustling anyway and just listening, not calling and stuff like that, not supporting. So I'll take my time to take it easy. Get me some much needed rest. Yeah. Oh yeah, there are gonna be some bigger fights, Silvestri. It's gonna be some big fights coming, man. You just wait. Still got another 6 months to go. No, Steph, it's not down as far as I know. Let me take a quick look over there. just pop the link there in the chat. Okay, how's that, Steph? Can you see it now through that link? Let me know. I gotta give me one of them bucket hats. I don't have a bucket hat yet, and I've never had one, but I like the one that I got on the site there. Yeah, William. All them grandkids, you gonna be cooking, and they gonna be eating up some stuff. That is a good thing. A very good thing. Hey, Sylvester, I was asking, not Sylvester, excuse me, Steph, were you able to get in there through that link? He must be on there because he didn't respond. So, yeah, I agree with that, Sylvester. We need some heavyweight fights, man. But I'm telling you, the division is being held up by Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. Everybody else is trying to wait to see what those guys want to do so that they can decide what fights they want to take. And that's what's jacked up. The fact that they're not fighting each other, that's at least 2 fights that are not happening because of those 2 guys. But the worst part of that all is the fact that you have so many others who don't want to make a move until they see what the big title holders are going to do. Man, they wouldn't. I'd be fighting. You know what I mean? I would be fighting. Yo, Shout out to Steph. Picked up him one of those men's heavyweight tees. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for your purchase, bro. Yeah, I told you when you make a purchase, it shows up there on the screen. PayPal, credit card is accepted. Debit cards, not so much. Some people have had success with debit cards and others have not. But credit cards and PayPal is accepted over there. Yeah. Get you some of that Stormy gear, man. I'm telling you, it's like nice, man. It's really nice, you know. If I could get my sub count up to like 20,000, which at the pace that I'm going, I'll probably end up being a pine box before that happens. But then I could put the store at the bottom of my page, you know, with all the selections that were images and everything, so you could just go right there. Like some of these big channels have that, but I'm not a big channel, you know. I'm still a small fry, and y'all ain't sharing enough of my content to get me out there, to get me bigger and bigger and bigger, where I can stop doing this old job that I do and I can just come on here and produce content for you guys full time. But see, everybody ain't gonna make it, and Stormy ain't gonna make it at this pace. So it is what it is. You feel me? So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't worry, fam. I'm still here. I just turned the music off, 'cause I'm getting ready to wrap it up. Get on up out of here, 'cause it's getting late. And the OG is about ready, man. Turn in. You know what I mean? Good night of boxing. Didn't all go like we wanted it to go, but at the same time, it was still entertaining. I won't complain. So, I hear you on that, Steph. Appreciate you stopping in, man. You do what you can. I appreciate the support. Just like with William, same thing, man. Appreciate you as well. Lewis Hinton, I see you out there. But yeah, man, we're going to get on up out of here. Let you guys go on and enjoy the rest of your night. For you dads, please enjoy your day tomorrow. Be celebrated. Let everybody love on you and give you all that love and respect that you deserve. And enjoy it. For those of you that have grandchildren, enjoy your grandchildren. Hey, man, it's what it's all about. But we're going to get on up out of here. I want to say have a great weekend for you guys. We'll be back next weekend with another post fight because we got fights coming up next week as well. Shout out to the mighty LDBC, and we up.
Tszyu.